What's going on, guys? We are finally back. I missed you. Was honestly just kind of burnt out trying to come up with new content for the M5. But we are back in full force today. Thought I'd take you for a little cruise in the M5 through the city streets of Toronto. Should be a good time. We're also gonna do a Q&A at the end of the video. You guys asked me some questions on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. I'm gonna answer all those for you. And we get to enjoy a nice little V10 cruise on the streets. Super safe, super legal as always. But first we gotta do something about this car because it's dirty. Nothing but the best of washes for the M5, obviously. No time for soap, no time for a pressure wash, but we got time for a hose. Good enough. Guys, we gotta do a Porsche next. I kinda wanna get a JDM car for the next build, and I go out and I see the German cars, I see the Porsches, the Italian cars, and it's just like, I want one. I want one so bad. It's gotta be a sign. I don't even like that one. Porsche next. See how the wallet feels. Couple M5 updates for you guys. Throttle actuators are done. Wheels are spaced out. Not enough. These, I don't know what happened with these Apex wheels. I got them. I followed all the specs that Apex told me to. And there's so much room, there's so much gap. I got 15 millimeters in the back, 20 in the front, and we still have like that much room. I'll show you guys when we get out. But yeah, it's crazy. So that's another project. I think more, I gotta get like some 30 millimeter, 35 mil spacers. But otherwise, she's running good. Woo, I love it. Looks great, bro. We are here, ready for the cruise. The engine's getting real hot, oil's hot. Everything's hot. All right, guys, the oil on the M5 is cooking right now. It should be sitting at about 210. It's a little bit above. It's because it's so hot today. The summer's been insane. But the car is driving nice. It sounds super good. What are we doing here, folks? Yeah, ignore that light. Go for it, sir, because I'm gonna absolutely launch her in a sec. All right. Let's just go nice and easy over this bridge here. Hit the M button and go. Oh my God. That was like 100 kilometers in, what, 3 seconds? 2.5? That was crazy. That guy's plates hanging off. Hanging on for dear life. Oh, we gotta rip it through this little mini tunnel. Sound like a fart. All right, guys, come on. Let's speed it up a little bit. All right, I'm gonna give this guy some room ahead of me too. I'm gonna chill, nice and easy, no problems. When this guy passes here on the left, we'll send her. All right. Nice, nice. Everyone's going left, so why don't we go... Actually, I don't even know where I am. Let's see. If I go right, I can't even tell what's down there. Let's give these guys some room. All right. Let's go. Oh, it's just the rail. I was literally here at a railway crossing like 10 minutes ago. All right, we're gonna turn this around. Let's go. A little uphill here around the corner. Let's go straight, see what we find out there. Oh, damn. Big field. He's taking a couple pictures. I love it. Here we go. Damn. Oh, we can't not. We can't not. Flying now. Up and over the crest. Here we go. Send it through the tunnel. That sounded so good. Oh my goodness. Okay. Let's rip her. Oh my God. Throttle actuators actually saved my life. This car drives so much better now. Let's go. Oh, we're literally just still in residential area, not where we want to be. I will find my way out of here, I swear. Where are we? How did I get in here? That way? Oh my God, this is insane. Wait, I have my 13,000-year-old GPS on the M5 E60. Okay. So that's a dead end. This is gonna loop around to the left. We can do this, guys. Technology. It's literally a maze. Let's follow this guy. This guy looks like he's leaving. Guys, I can't get out of here. I'm so confused. I might have to legitimately like Google Maps my way out of this suburb. Let's see. I stick you guys right there. Is it gonna stay? Oh shit! time. I put a poll out on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Asked you guys to put your questions down. If you put them down, I'm gonna answer them right now. I might do this at the end of every video, so if you guys want, leave your comments in this video, and in the next one, I'll answer any of those questions. If I missed any of yours, I'm sorry. Please let me know and I'll get it next time. I'm just ringing them off the top here from the first I see. So at Lentz_AL asked me what was my dream car at 15. That's a good question. It's definitely different than what it is now. 15-year-old Chris liked cars, but was not a huge car guy. I knew nothing. I was big into hockey, but I never really was into cars yet. I hadn't got my first car. I got my first car a year later, which was a Chrysler 300. I would say back then, honestly, this is gonna sound crazy, my dream car was the second gen, I literally had to Google it, that second gen Mitsubishi Eclipse. And the entire reason for that is one of my favorite Xbox 360 games when I was 15 was Midnight Club Los Angeles. And you got to pick 3 starter cars, and out of those 3 I picked the Eclipse, and I loved it. I thought it looked so cool. Now that I'm 28, I've learned how much of a headache they are to work on, and kind of read that they're not super reliable. I'd love to maybe own one day. I've seen some cool builds on them, but when I was 15, it was a Mitsubishi Eclipse Gen 2. Now, my realistic dream car is a 2006 Lamborghini Gallardo, the V10. Obviously, I'm a big V10 lover, so I would love to add that to the collection someday. I've been saving up. First things first, I gotta get a house because there's no more room if we get any more cars here. Dad's a huge car guy, so it's just not gonna happen. But yeah, when I was 15, Mitsubishi Eclipse Gen 2. On TikTok, the user just named LOL asked, should you buy the M5 E60 as a first car? I would definitely say no. Not a great first car. It's true that the repairs happen a lot and they're very expensive. It's cost me basically the price of the car once over again just to keep this thing running. I've probably, with buying it and all the maintenance, it's probably about 40 to 50K into the car. With mods, probably closer to $50,000-$60,000 Canadian in the car. That being said, I think it's a really unique car. I think it's only going to go up in value too as time goes on. But as a first car, I would say definitely not. My first car was a Chrysler 300, much cheaper to maintain, a bit more reliable too. Not super fun or anything crazy like that. It was the Hemi though. But honestly, for a first car, I would recommend something JDM, something super clean. Honda, Toyota, they're all going to be very reliable compared to BMWs at least, and much cheaper to maintain. Vex asked, is the car a cop magnet, and have I ever gotten any tickets or reports for it? Well, if you want to see me get pulled over a few times, go watch my POV drive playlist. I think I've been pulled over 2 or 3 times filming POV driving videos here in Toronto. Toronto's also a busy city. There's tons of cops, so I've noticed since I got the color change from silver to dark green, I don't think you can really see it in the light right now. It attracts way more attention just in general, and cops come along with it. I've got a couple speeding tickets for it in my day. I think 3 or 4 in the 6 or 7 years I've owned it. But this year's been good. We're clean. None of it's ever intentional. But yes, definitely a cop magnet. That's going to be any modified car, especially if you go with a brighter color. I've noticed it sticks out. They're going to notice you. Lost 2K24 asked me, what are your thoughts on E46s? E46s are awesome. I've never driven one, never been inside one. I think they look great. I heard there's tons of tuning potential in there. I actually did a video a few years ago called BMWs with the most tuning potential. And from the research I did, E46s I think was like number 1 or 2 on the list. I used to work at a BMW dealership here in Toronto, and one of the other sales guys had like a race-tuned E46 M3. It was gutted inside, just the driver's seat. It was a total race car, and that thing was insane. I think they're awesome. They're pretty expensive from what I know. This M5, for example, is cheaper than an E46 M3, I believe. Such a collector's item at this point. They're basically like the Supra of BMWs. I think that's like the one everybody knows. So they're very cool. My personal favorite BMW M is the E92, or obviously the E60. I'm not getting rid of this, so would love to get an E92 someday. I think that'd be cool. But E46 is awesome as well. Andres asked me thoughts on the guy that bought an M6 V10 for 3K. I forget his name. I did see that video pop up not that long ago. I'll put a screenshot of it somewhere here. Basically, a guy bought a V10, the M6 version, not the M5, for 3,000 US. And in the first video, he starts it up, and it's barely running. It's barely functioning. I hope he has good luck with it, putting it back together and fixing it up. But buying a V10 for 3K, you can at least assume you're gonna have to put at least $10,000 in to get that thing in functioning and performing condition. So kudos to him. It's very brave. I bought this for 17,000 Canadian. It's like 14,000 US. I've had my fair share of issues with it too, so I can't imagine what a $3,000 V10 would be these days in terms of reliability. That thing's got to be running on toothpicks. But you know what? All power to you, man. Good luck. Newman Investment LLC asked me, what do you think about the F10 M5? F10, really cool M5. I'm a bit biased. I think the older M5s are actually a bit nicer than the newer M5s. I consider the E60 the transition between those generations. Love the older boxy M5s. This was the first real curvy M5. And then the F10 and the F90, very like business looking cars. I find they kind of lost the M edge a bit. That being said, super powerful car, would kick my car's ass for sure. I don't know too much about them, to be honest. I don't think I would ever own another 5 or M5 other than this one. There's not a lot of interest for me in that. I would buy something smaller, a 2 or a 3, or go to a totally different brand, I think. That being said, F10 M5 is very cool, just don't know that much about them. Prince asked me, have you ever driven an E92 M3? This is going back to my point. This is probably my favorite M car of all BMWs, but I've never actually driven one, never been inside one, which really sucks. And I used to work at BMW, and I was in the used department, but never got the chance to get an E92, which sucks. Would love to get that in the collection one day. I've considered getting rid of this to get an E92, but just how the market's gone and the way things have gone with this reputation in the past few years, this has become such a unique car that I really love it and I don't want to get rid of it. But an E92 I've never driven, but that would be my one next BMW to add to the collection if I was going to get another Beamer. G-Spots asked me, G-Spot, nice name, asked me, how's maintaining the S85? Shit must be too hard. You know what? All the issues that have come with the M5 have been related to other parts of the car. The only thing that the S85 has really set me back on is the rod bearings, which everyone knows about when you think about this car. Otherwise, honestly, the SMG transmission is really what scares me about this car, not so much the V10. The SMG transmission pump has gone on me twice. I've had to get that rebuilt and replaced twice. That's been my most expensive repair to date. But the S85's been great. Just got throttle actuators done, like I mentioned to you guys. Rod bearings were done earlier this year. It's got a brand new SMG transmission in it now. We've done a bunch to this car underneath the hood where it's at a point it's starting to become brand new underneath the hood, which is really cool. It's got 250,000 kilometers on it, so if we kept everything the way it is, this thing would not be driving today. That being said, always a little scary when nothing goes wrong for a while because you never know what's going to be next, but it's so worth it. Caden392 asked me, is the V10 in anything else? So this specific V10, the S85, is also in the E63 M6, which is that one we were talking about earlier that guy bought for 3K. Around this year range, the other things that have a V10 that are notable are the Gallardo, the R8, I think there's like the Audi RS5 or something, that the wagon has a V10 from that era. I could be totally wrong, it's a complete guess. But yeah, this specific S85 is in the M5 E60 and the M6 E63. Jay Raco, I don't know how to pronounce that, asked, what were the years of BMW that were super unreliable? That's a very good question. As the BMWs are newer, I find they become more reliable. There's this weird early 2000s, the 2010s I think were the most unreliable. My era specifically, look what I'm sitting in front of. This is probably the most unreliable era of BMW. If you look at the M6 and the M5 of this era, super unreliable. The 7 Series, I know, was an absolute nightmare in this era to drive, or sorry, to maintain. So I would say the years, probably 2000 to 2010 are your most unreliable years. Maybe not. I would say maybe 2005 to 2010, which is this model generation, would probably be the most unreliable. The stuff before is honestly pretty good. The E46s, the E36s, you're going back that far. And then going into the future, now the new M's are very, very reliable. The new BMWs in general, from what I know, are pretty good. And from what I can see, last checking, that's all the questions we had asked for the Q&A. So I hope you guys like this. If you want me to do this stuff more, or do a little section like this at the end of every video where I just get to chat with you guys for a bit, just comment down below. I'll try and answer everything in the next video. And if it starts to catch on, if the questions come in, I'll make this a thing. So there you go, guys. If you made it to the end of the video, thank you so much for watching the whole thing. I hope you liked the little cruise, the POV drive, and the little Q&A that we did, so I can at least interact, say what's up to you guys. I always love doing that. Again, I missed you guys a lot. Happy to be in front of the camera again, filming, doing stuff for the car. I always struggle, and it's tough to find content to make for the car, especially when there's nothing going on in terms of like mods or anything like that. Comment down below what you want to see more of, and I'm happy to film it and get it done for you guys and keep growing the community. So thank you for watching. I'm gonna catch you guys in the next video. It's gonna be sooner than a month like it was last time, I promise. And see you guys around. My name is Chris. Love you. Bye.